Hi everyone, this is The Bridge Part 7. I want to share something with you that hopefully will help. It's a thought that came to me. You know how in crime shows, when somebody dies and they're found on the floor by the police or whoever, they always do that white chalk line and they trace the outside of the body so that you can see how and where the person was laying on the floor after the body's been removed. Now I want you to picture that it's on carpet, okay? It's obviously on some kind of floor, so it can be carpet, it can be hardwood, it can be linoleum, it can be whatever you want. But just imagine some kind of flat floor, living room, wherever. Just imagine the person died somewhere on a floor, and there's police or ambulance or whatever all around, and the chalk line has been made and the body's been removed and it's gone, okay, to the hospital or wherever. So you're standing there looking at the chalk line formation of the person who was laying there, and inside of that chalk line is carpet. I'm going to use dark blue. Okay, I'm going to imagine myself seeing dark blue carpet in somebody's living room. This is just a make-believe crime show type thing, okay? So inside the chalk line is dark blue carpet, and outside of the chalk line is the rest of the dark blue carpet, because it's the rest of the living room. So in essence, that white chalk line is just tracing the form of a body, but really what's inside of that chalk line is the exact same blue carpet as the blue carpet outside of the chalk line. Okay, so if you were to remove that chalk line, you would just have one solid dark blue carpet. But the fact that a chalk line has been put there, now you have a form or a shape cut out of that blue carpet. It's not cut out, it's just on the floor. It's drawn on the carpet, but it's still carpet. It's just that carpet is not one huge big room of carpet anymore, but now it's the formation of a man, whoever died there. Okay, so I don't know if anybody is picking up on where I'm going with this, but this is just what came to me today. The blue carpet is God. It's His spirit, it's His essence, it's Him. Okay, so the whole entire big room of dark blue carpet is God. The blue carpet inside of the chalk line, that is the formation of a man. It's like a cookie cutter. It's when you roll out dough and then you use a cookie cutter and you cut out a gingerbread man or a Christmas tree or a reindeer or a star, or a Christmas ornament, round shape, whatever. When you're making Christmas cookies, it's all the same dough. It's just cut out in different shapes. And it's all dark blue carpet. It just has a white chalk line that's the cookie cutter of the shape and the form of the man. But the blue carpet is inside of that chalk line tracing, and the blue carpet is outside of it. It's inside and out. Are you guys seeing what I'm saying? Are you understanding where I'm going with this? All human beings are just cookie cutter molds of the blue carpet, of the cookie dough, of God. God's Spirit is in everything. It's everywhere. It's inside of you, it's outside of you. And when you realize that His Spirit's inside of you, it's inside the chalk line. It's just in your body shape and your body form. But God is inside of you, okay? He looks like you because you're the cookie cutter that He used to make your shape and your form and your personality. And then somebody else, He used something else. One cookie cutter, He used a star. One, He used a Christmas ornament. One, He used a tree. One, He used a dog and a cat. One, He used a man and a woman. The cookie cutters are irrelevant. The shapes and sizes are irrelevant. If you're black, white, yellow, orange, purple, green, red, purple with pink polka dots, whatever color you are, whatever you are, guys, just strip off the religion. You're human. You're that cookie cutter that God designed, but He cut it out of Himself, because He's the blue carpet. He's the cookie dough, and all of us are sugar cookies, if you want to look at it that way. Dogs and cats, trees, birds, fish, everybody is cut out of the same cookie dough, which is God. It's His Spirit. They're just cut out in different shapes and sizes and forms and different creatures and trees and plants. But everything has life in it. And if it has life in it, it has God in it, because God is life. So that's what came to me. There's no separation, guys. People are thinking that God is somewhere far away, up in heaven, up on a throne, levels high above us, that we have to climb up stairs and, or to get to Him, things like that. He's not far away. He's not somewhere where you have to travel to Him to get Him, or you have to travel into outer space, or you gotta travel here or there to find Him, or you gotta travel to church to find Him. He's not far away. He's not a distant God. He's you. He's you in the cookie cutter form that He chose to make you look like and be like. But He is the cookie dough. And He rolled it out and said, you know what, I'm going to use this cookie mold and I'm going to make so-and-so. And He pushes it in and you come out as a cookie, and then He bakes you, which is through the furnace of affliction, and eventually you come out. And you're done. You're done cooking. Only in this case, when you come out and you're done, you don't get eaten. You actually become a live person, because you resurrect. You come out of the oven, out of the stove, and you enter into life. This is the resurrection. When you realize that God is inside of you, that you're not separate from Him. You're created and designed out of Him. And you realize that He's not somewhere that far away that you have to worship and bow down to Him and serve and do reverence and do penance and discipline yourself, and you have to go without and suffer and deny yourself and all that stuff, whipping yourself, whether it's emotionally or mentally. Some people do it physically. When you realize that you don't have to do that, because that is not God. That is the John the Baptist, the predecessor, the prince. Okay? You can call him Satan, and if you want to. He's the predecessor. He's when you get baptized by fire and water, he's the water part. And then Jesus is the fire part. Both of them are of God, and it's for the refining of his children. But when you realize that you and God are one, that's what makes you a son of God, because he's in you. That you're just the white chalk line form of what he chose from his blue carpet spirit. And then there's all that other blue carpet in the room that's left over. And if he wants to, he'll say, you know what, I'm going to take this cookie cutter and I'm going to white chalk trace so-and-so from this part of the carpet. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make so-and-so from this part of the carpet. And I'm going to make this person from this part of the carpet. I'm just going to use these chalk lines, and I'm going to make these chalk lines come to life. And you're going to stand up and walk like a normal person. You're going to engage and take part in this life and in this world. So you don't deny yourself anymore. You actually step into life. And that's why everybody has different personalities. Because we're all cut from different corners. Like there might be a guy whose cookie, his white chalk form is taken from the left top corner of the blue carpet, and somebody else is from the middle, someone else is from the right top, from the left bottom, the right bottom, in the middle, on the left or right side of the carpet, wherever, depending on where what part of the carpet God wants to take you out of. That depends on your personality. That's why we have artists and musicians and scientists and geologists and teachers. That's why we have so many different people with different personality, different character traits, because they're all taken from different parts of the carpet. And then people right next to those forms are probably people of similar personalities. But they're all from God. They're all created from him. They're all taken from him, because it's all been cut out of the same blue carpet or the same cookie dough. Guys, there's no separation. God is not distant. He's in you. He is you. In your form. That's why the world is a mirror, and when you look at your brethren, you're actually seeing yourself. Because it's a mirror. They are just as much a part of heaven as you are. And everybody looks at each other and gauges each other, and engages themselves off of each other. And that's why we can all learn from each other, because what you're not seeing in yourself, somebody else will see from the outside, and then they can help you. And that's how we all build each other up and encourage each other, and we all teach each other and learn from each other, because we're all mirrors of each other. We're all made from the same cookie dough. It's just some of us are squares, some of us are circles, some of us are triangles, some of us are people, some of us are animals. And animals teach us too, they're from God too. He just decided to make a cat or a dog out of the cookie dough instead of a person. So that's why I think it's important to just take care of everything. Nature, trees, animals. I mean, that's really what God's kingdom is all about. Is not destroying each other, and realizing that God is in everything, including a blade of grass. When you realize that there's no separation, that you and God are one, that He's just living out His life through you, that's when you've stepped out of the book, guys. It's not religion. Religion is not the way to find God. Religion is hell. It's the devil. It's torture, torment. It's shoving you in a box, telling you what you can and can't do, whipping you, laying guilt trips on you, saying you're not allowed to do this and you can't do that. God sets you free. He gives you freedom. He put you on this earth to live this life. As long as you're dead in a tomb, you're not going to be living. You're going to be miserable. But when you step out of it and step into life, then you have the abundance of joy. And your misery goes away. You might still have some feelings and stuff, but it's not as bad. And actually, when you step into life, it's like being flipped upside down, is what it feels like. Instead of facing the pit and the abyss and the dark hole down below, which is where most of the world dwells, unfortunately, in their depression and everything else. You flip it upside down, you go into the white hole, which is heaven. It literally does feel like you've been flipped upside down, and you just see the world in a whole different other light. So I just pray, guys, that you can realize that you're one with Him. Okay, it's just you're just a chalk line form that He chose, but He's in you. Awaken to that knowledge, realize it, and you're going to come out of the book. And that's what you want. You want out of the book of the knowledge of the tree of good and evil. You want out of the serpent's tree, guys. Fulfill the Bible and step out. Become like Pinocchio, where instead of being a boy on the page, you jump off the page and you become a real boy and step into real life. Because as long as you're not in real life, guys, you're in death. And when you're in death, that's when you're in hell and torture and torment, and you're not happy there. So, hopefully this helps. I don't know, it's just a thought that came to me. I figured I'd share it. I think that's all. Take care, everybody, okay? And know that God is with you. He is you, guys. You don't have to doubt it. He can't leave you. As long as you're breathing, you've got His life breath in you. So He's with you. Just realize it. The help that you've always needed has been there all along. Just turn it on. Flip the switch and turn the light on in the room. And the room is you, it's your body. But it's there, guys. It's always been there. Ever since you took your first breath when you were born. Take care. God bless. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.